and very, very nice to see you today on the stream. I'm just doing the final preparation for everything. The sound is great. I already see it, and just want to pump out the chat. Hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have good weather. I don't know, good mood to spend a couple of hours with me today on the stream. And yeah, tell me something in the comment section. What do you feel? How do you feel about the situation in general in the world? Are we okay still? Are we not okay? Just tell me. Dennis, perfect mood as long as the painkillers keep working. I see. Are those antidepressants? Evelyn, hi. Welcome to Kik as well. Put the new channel in your description. Hard to find it as it is new. You mean Kik? I already put it on my description. Or what? Oh, someone first time in the chat. Thank you. Who is there? Miami. Welcome to Twitch. Hope you're doing great. We are not okay. We are not okay. Why? You need to be positive, like in general. Come on. It's life after all. It's alive. Iran's currency has collapsed so badly that it is 1 rial is now worth €0. Oh my god. I'm not making this up, like it's total collapse of the currency of Iran. Jesus Christ. Iranian rial? That's the name of the currency, as far as I remember. Sounds good. Yeah, thank you, Betsy. Hi, Christoph. Hi, Ratusmaga. Hi, everyone. What's up? Everything is great. Everything is perfectly fine, I guess. But the news are not so fine. Some of the news are fun. Some of the news are not okay. Gonna go with you like little by little with all of the news around, right? Let's go to one of the Ukrainian channels. I want to check it out. Novocherkassk. So there are multiple of the kabooms now happening in Russia. Novocherkassk power plant and also kabooms were reported in Oryol. So Crimea and Makivka in Crimea also there were kabooms reported. That's great. That's fantastic. Yeah, we probably have more images coming from Oryol. Let me check the channel that I usually follow. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is the situation in Oryol. Some of the smoke coming from the local power plant. The Russians are filming. Kids filming. Probably in local Roblox chat they shared this.
А там, по-моему, огонь горит.
No, огонь горит. Fire. There's the fire. One more video. Yeah, definitely something is on fire in Russia. So that's the Ukrainian response on what is Russia doing in Ukraine. Yeah, with all the strikes. And this is Makivka. This is not a mountain. This is the artificially created hill, let's say, from the underground soil that is put it out from the mines. Yeah, to create the mine. And there were kabooms in occupied territory, maybe some sort of the Russian base. Hard to say for now. We don't have like precise reports. And here is Novocherkassk. We have the fire there. Yeah, some of the fire in the local thermal power plant. So the situation for Russia is kind of interesting this evening so far. Night is not yet, but it's overall nice. Yeah, what's happening there? Ukraine responded on the Russian strikes. Sanctions are pressuring Russian oil. Oil production fell to a year and a half low. Whoa. Average daily production fell to 9.326 million barrels, which is happening against the backdrop of increased Western sanctions pressuring buyers from Russian raw materials. So far, the update of White House administration, well, if we do not speak about Greenland, if we put it a little aside, and if we are not speaking about internal policy and those crazy ICE actions, overall, I like this pressure on Russia, Russia on dictators and so on. Cheers, by the way, guys. This is, again, Johnny Mate, Johnny Mate here. So definitely there is the pressure, active pressure on the Russian oil market, and I like it. Donald Trump says that he likes Putin or something like that. He wants to have a business with Putin, deals, but at the same time, in parallel, he pressures Russian oil tankers. He pressures Russian oil companies. Yeah, there are some of the exceptions in, for example, Orban's case. Yeah, for Hungary, there are some of the exceptions. But still, the main companies of India, they refused to sign the new contracts. There are also talks about this week that there's going to be finally Senate project voted that was created by Lindsey Graham and one more senators. So Trump already openly, publicly stated that he might support that one. We'll see. I will believe it then I see it. But definitely there is the pressure. That's the fact, and we cannot deny it, especially with those tankers that were seized. Today we have one more comment from the White House administration that they will continue to stop oil tankers and shadow fleet in Caribbean and not far away from Venezuela. So Russians will have to reduce their capabilities because they work like this shadow fleet work for both Venezuela, Russia, and partially Iran. So seizing those tankers, capturing those tankers really influences the Russian budget because the fuel and the oil price is dropping down continuously. Russian oil is now being sold for 30 with something dollars, and the budget that they planned is for $59 per barrel. So 40% less, I guess, the current price. Just imagine. It means that 40% is at least the deficit of the Russian budget or what. And the vast part of the Russian money, they're going to support Russian army, especially oil money. That's why sanctions are okay and capturing Russian shadow fleet are okay. Today I read the article from one of them about Greenland, from one of the experts, and he stated that the seizure, like the capturing of Greenland, is not physically possible. Like what Trump can do, like he might deploy the forces there, they will capture the island, but what is next? Like how this occupation could be, like America already has its military bases. Greenland gives, and Denmark gives full green light for the United States to deploy more of the forces there. So I wonder how can you occupy this small populated island? Island is big itself, but the population is small. So physically, how can, you deploy military, but doesn't mean that you occupied the country. Was it the occupation then? There were lots of the American forces during the Cold War. Like what, physically, what plus it might give to Donald Trump? I don't know. How can you justify? With Crimea, it's the different story, But with Greenland, how could Americans potentially occupy it? Could it be I think there will be negotiations, between Greenland and Denmark. What do you think? Maybe it's to distract the attention or what, I don't know, Epstein files, whatsoever. We need Greenland New Deal. Yeah, I think they will like sign some sort of the New Deal, and all of the talks will finish about it. United States will increase its presence, maybe deploy more of the forces, and that's it. Could it be like the variant? I don't believe that there will be the war between allies. I don't think it's physically possible. I think he will put nukes on Greenland or Venezuela because of his recent post. Yeah? What did he write? We can check out what he wrote, by the way. Can I search for it? Trump through social. Some of the recent posts, and the actual numbers that we would have to pay back if normal. No. Supreme Court. That's about nothing, really. No Greenland here. It's in some sort of... we have advertisements. I'm the one who saved NATO. It's kind of interesting. I'm the one who saved NATO. Maybe he saved NATO, but by not attacking Greenland? Yeah? This is what he wants to say here? I'm the one who saved NATO. I threatened NATO to demolish it by attacking Greenland. Then I changed my mind and I saved NATO. If we follow this logic, it's like Trump may stop hundreds of the wars. I threatened the world with the Third World War. I didn't do it, so I stopped the Third World War. I need Nobel Prize, right? Give me a Nobel Prize. Is it working like that? He's an idiot. Yeah, of course, he's an idiot, but I still try to find the logic here. United States envoy accused Denmark of occupying Greenland after World War II. Jeff Landy has claimed that Denmark illegally regained control over Greenland after World War II, speaking a major diplomatic role. Oh yeah, we have the updates from Kupiansk. I'm gonna put it in today's video. That's our forces, our guys. Probably Khartia, it's the Ukrainian group that is working in Kupiansk, and they today showed how they put Ukrainian flag really in the city. And there, it's not the flag operation like Russians do. It's the real operation with the main forces. I just skipped a little. And there is still the group of the Russian soldiers resisting. They didn't want to surrender, it seems like. It's very strange, because they do not have supplies. They were abandoned by Russian leadership, by the military commanders, and still they stayed there. And they didn't want to surrender. That's the Khartia, Jolly Roger. And that's the Ukrainian flag, or what? Or that's the previous flag. Is it a Ukrainian flag? Yeah, Khartia, it's their flag. And one more with the Ukrainian. Kupiansk liberated. Kupiansk був і буде українським містом. Kupiansk was and still Ukrainian city. And that's the central building. It was one of the last Russian dugouts there, and it was cleared. Nice. Mavio High. He will never get the Nobel. Well, if he occupies all of the Norway, if he takes all of the hostages from the Nobel Committee, they will be forced to give him the Peace Prize. Like, you know, with machine gun, give me a Peace Prize. Here you go. Only like that. Like he captured Maduro, yeah? There will be the meeting of the Nobel Committee. Delta Force lands there and they like surrounds the building and you should give Trump Nobel Peace Prize. Sounds unreal, but who knows? Oh, that's good. Yeah, recurring 544. Nice to meet you. It looks like they're just clearing empty rooms. What do you want? You want it to be like in video game? Those zombies are like walking towards you. Of course, it's the suppression fire. We'll see like the full video. This was the cut. We'll see the full video with the bodies and so on a Hartia channel. I'm sure they will publish it. SSO group works in minus 15 degrees in snowy forest. Really? Yeah, that's the situation now. One more dugout here. Grenade went inside. Boom. One more grenade. Boom. Yeah, you see? Not empty. So the same with the buildings, with the big buildings. Russians somehow survived. he is scrolling somewhere. He said there are 2 people inside. You see they're surrendering. How they survived those grenades? Yeah. So yeah. Russians. Captured. Nice. Those were smart. They decided to surrender. Trump is the embarrassment to the United States. Yep. Just break down target preference for oil and gas refineries from CIA, and those who build them is giving Ukraine a chance to shut it down. Yeah. I'm quite satisfied with Trump's policy that Ukraine is free to act on Russian refineries, Russian even oil tankers. It wasn't like that before. Remember then he was on the White House roof and joked about nukes, and he posted what that was soon. About nukes? Yeah, I think I saw that. I even reposted that photo. I didn't understand what was that about. Was it about nukes, this one? Was it? Soon. He reposted this from Thomas. What? I thought it's some sort of the jump. I thought it's about jump, not about nukes. He was right to call out Europe, but it was never done with the right intent. He just wanted them to admit it, so he then could still claim the United States doesn't defend threats. Ski. Dobry вечер. It was not about nukes. Yeah, for me it was strange post. Just strange post and that's it. Stop reading this crap. Stop commenting. I don't know what to say. Stop reading. I'm doing the stream. It's up to you to watch it or not watch. I'm here mostly not for the views. I like that we have the views, but The general idea is not to reach a maximum views or something. It's about me personally. I just like it. I just like live streaming. That's why I'm live streaming. And we see some of the things on the front lines also. Like this one, yeah? What is this? Is it a transport? What is this? That's the Russian thing. He just dropped off from this carriage. Is it the all-terrain vehicle? Yeah, drone knows where to fly. Also one more Russian. One more. That's the worst place to hide. Come on. Why are you hiding this? It's better, I think, to go somewhere in those bushes, yeah? Behind the branches or something. You cannot hide like that in a toilet. First, what is this? Who built this thing? It's like evident that something is strange there. It's the first thing that drone operator would check, staying there in the forest. Of course. You see, not enough bushes. Occasionally trees with lots of the gaps. That's what we have also in the Kiev Oblast, by the way. So the pine trees and the gap is pretty much okay. It allows drone operator to fly there between the trees. But like it depends, yeah. Here we see that not just the pine. Maybe it's not the pine tree forest. Yeah, it's different one. So there are some of the bushes. This guy should have gone to the forest straight away, but he stayed on the road too much. Some sort of the Signum Ukrainian group was doing the stuff. Yeah, interesting, interessant. Then you have to go. Okay, yeah. He was making boom boom, lol, yeah. Trump talking about invading Greenland is crazy, considering it's a part of EU and NATO. I would understand some deals made with Denmark, but invasion, what the fuck? I don't understand, like Cookster Mobster. I don't understand how you can invade the country that allows you to keep their military bases and military personnel as much as you want. Yeah, how can you occupy that? Like, you can build new bases. Like, no one is against presence of the United States military there. Maybe those are really just some talks, strange rhetorics. Maybe he will just occupy people there and force them to what? To recognize their annexation? Also kind of strange for me. Each impeachment after that, I think impeachment will be in any case. Then Republicans will lose the midterm elections for Congress. So there will be impeachment, but whether it's going to be supported by Senate, I don't think so. They still have majority. Extreme freezing cold temperatures are coming to Ukraine. Yeah, they are already there partially, but could be even colder. Interessant Deutsch, not in just in in Deutsch. Interessant, not in Dutch, but also in Deutsch. Not just in Dutch. Yeah, interessant. United States Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee has told to Sky News that the United States has no plans to intervene in ongoing anti-government protests in Iran. Just yesterday, Donald Trump was asked on board of the Air Force One about potential intervention of the United States forces into Iran, and he stated that they're very close to cross the red line. Again, this red line is just in Trump's head. No one really sees this red line except of Donald Trump himself. How many how many people should be unalived by by Iranian regime for Donald Trump to start some of the intervention with military force on some of the military infrastructure of Iran, and whether it's gonna bring some of the profit, no one knows. But here we have clarification from United States ambassador to Israel that there are no plans for regime change in Iran. But maybe he doesn't know, because no one knows what Trump might think tomorrow. That's why, yeah, we don't know so far whether the United States may intervene to Iran fully or not. Iran has GPS. I think they blocked GPS. No, they don't have the alternative to GPS. Russia has the alternative, which is partially working, and Europe has the alternative for GPS, which is also partially working. But the most effective is obviously American GPS system, reliable, many satellites, and well-known system, of course. Grandpa should take his pills and sleep more. Donny is unhinged, you see? What he posted there. A fake Wikipedia page. Acting president of Venezuela. I wonder why he is like acting president of Venezuela if he spread the fake like that. Yeah, on his True Social. If just 2 days ago United States Embassy issued the warning for Americans to leave Venezuela or something like that, because there's some of the repressions now being organized by Venezuelan regime that is still in power, and America is not controlling Venezuela. They just control Maduro and Maduro's wife. They also apply some of the sanctions, which is pretty much good, on the Russian oil, Venezuelan oil. But there was a warning, I guess, from the United States Embassy. I'll try to find it. Is a embassy. Why do I have caps lock? Yeah, security alert, security update for United States citizens abroad. Security alert, Venezuela. United States Embassy in Bogota has issued security alert urging all United States citizens to avoid travel to Venezuela and to leave the country immediately. The level 4 advisory cites risk including wrongful detention, terrorism, and civil unrest. Embassy Caracas remains closed. Yeah, they have the embassy in Caracas, it's closed. There was some sort of the delegation flying in Venezuela from United States, a couple of the airplanes. But so far, President Trump shows that he is the president of Venezuela, fake Wikipedia front page. But at the same time, United States want their citizens to avoid Venezuela. So how is it possible? Like, it's nonsense, right? It's just a clown. I mean, Trump. We are controlling Venezuela, but de facto, no, absolutely not. Now Donald Trump attacks the director of the Federal Reserve. I think there was the speech of the Fed Reserve guy, director. He's not concerned. He's like saying that what is happening. Okay, we have deployment of the Russian robots on the front lines. It seems like they start to use more of the robots. Robots or not, they burn the same. Operators of the 5th Assault Brigade destroyed multiple enemy ground robotic systems, including an armed platform. Ukraine started to use those robots, and Russia too. Some sort of the CGI we have. FPV drone is flying. Yeah. Is it used for supplies? Supply delivery? One more. This is the ARM platform, yeah. Ukraine also has those. Boom. War of robots. Well, still operators control those, yeah? Ground drones and aerial drones. Land now, it says. Battery low. There was the robot that they tried to hide it behind the curtains. I think it's also ARM platform. One more. I think this was this autumn, right? Okay, here we go. Bratishka, that's the delivery drone. Kaputted. Nice. Nice job by Ukrainian FPV. But Ukraine also has many of the ground drones and they're more effective, let's say. Simply because Ukraine has access to more advanced technologies compared to Russia. But Russia uses Chinese technologies. Yeah, mostly. Chinese spare parts, all of those things. Ukraine also uses China's spare parts, but we have the access to European and American technologies up, and for sure it gives more options. Trump stopped 16 wars, took trillions of investment, but can't prove that, of course, the trustworthy person. Yeah, of course. Did you see the video where they launched ground drone 20 seconds later? Yeah. We discussed it. We saw it on the stream. Yeah, it was fantastic. Like, here the robot goes and robot kabooms. Russians were really surprised about that one. Oh, this is the very big kaboom. Let me show you. This is also ground drone that was delivering some of the anti-tank mines. You see anti-tank mines. I think there is the row, and this is the mining drone. It drops it on the back, those mines. Yeah, TM62 mines, they're crazy powerful, especially when there are many of them. Yeah. Boom, yeah. Very big boom. We need to transport the Terminator from the future and tell them that all Republicans are named Sarah Connor. Come on. I hope they take the MAGAs. In 100 years, soldiers fight from home controlling drones. Maybe drones will fight autonomously. Robot war, yeah? Denys, I'm curious, what do you think of Kira Rudik? Who is Kira Rudik? Sorry, I'm not familiar with every individual. Also influencers. Kira Rudik. I don't know. Long story short, there is a new wave of madness happening all around the world. Sad to see. Yeah, Cockster Mobster, I agree with you. But you're right on not that well defended. Now, Europe should step up and do more. Yeah, of course. They're doing it very slowly, and some of the European politicians, they're even opposing this new trend of rearming. The Russian base in Makiyevka. This was the Russian base here. The Russian base in Makiyevka near Donetsk has just been attacked. Following the strikes, the ammunition began to detonate. So there was the Russian base there. Nice. Really like this special Kherson Cat. They publish like the most recent information. Build up areas cleared from the inside with fiber optic FPV drones, demonstrating the potential to neutralize enemy infantry inside buildings without exposing friendly troops to increase the risk. Yep. Oh, this is funny. So we are working with tents now, walking, dressing and folding. And this is the new trend in the Russian army. They use the tents to hide the thermal trace from the soldiers. We have 10 tents and each group has 5 people. Tomorrow, as I am sending one group with tent, and the next day, accordingly, another group with tents. But what happened to the first group? This looks so funny. They should put Z symbols there. Z, you know? Symbolic. Now I'll give additional lesson on how to fold it and how to install it. Fuck, only one of them can do anything fucking right. Some of the soldier that was mobilized under alcohol influence. The rest are okay. They can do it. Ah, he's filming from the tent himself. Jeez. It's true that it takes a long time to put it on, and then you put it on, the wind lifts it up. The wind lifts it up. And then there is the strong wind, it's very difficult to walk in it. Maybe they should put the sail on for the wind to help. But other than that, it's not that bad at all. Of course. Yeah, the strong wind actually. I wonder if it really hides the thermal trace. I would like to try it, you know, for someone to put the tent like that in the minus temperatures as it is right there and check with the thermal camera. I think it doesn't work. Something tells me that there are the variants to see. Here, for example, and here. Yeah, it's interesting. I want to check it out. Russian military are testing some unknown technology. But the looks of it, this is a portable individual tent meant to protect infantry from winter weather during assault. It's not the winter weather. Apparently, Russian soldiers are expected to move forward while wearing the tent on themselves. So far, a trial batch of 10 units has been mentioned, intended 2 groups of 5 soldiers. Or maybe it should also work as the heat insulating cape. Yeah. It's not against the weather, it's just the heat insulating. Oh, Wall Street Journal says that 25 Russian tankers have reflagged to Russia in the past few months amid the United States seizure of ships carrying Venezuelan oil. 25 tankers put Russian flags. They want to show that United States will not capture those or what? Yeah, against thermals, yeah. Thermal. I think it's still visible, something tells me. But then as the tents are green, but in the winter, yeah, also the tents are green color. They should be white. So they create green tents in the middle of the winter. They're so smart. Yeah, that's also, you mentioned it, yeah. Yeah. Well, sometimes in Ukraine, the winter is snowy, sometimes not. This time it is snowy, especially after New Year. Lots of the snow. Now their profile stands out color. Yeah. Crazy Ivans, yeah. Work sucks, G. Maybe. Work sucks. Has to be Chinese idea. Maybe. Okay, White House press secretary, what she says here. Everything what she says is usually total bullshit, but just out of curiosity.
Believe there's a potential path to end the protest there without military action. Well, I think one thing President Trump is very good at is always keeping all of his options on the table, and airstrikes would be one of the many options that are on the table for the commander-in-chief. Diplomacy is always the first option for the president. He's told all of you last night that what you're hearing publicly from the Iranian regime is quite differently from the messages the administration is receiving privately. And I think the president has an interest in exploring those messages. However, with that said, the president has shown he's unafraid to use military options if and when he deems necessary, and nobody knows that better than Iran. Strikes off the
Yeah, actually there were multiple of the strikes on Iran before by United States under Donald Trump, yeah. Soleimani and the last year strike, short war between Israel and Iran. White House press secretary Lewitt states that the airstrikes one of many options. Yeah. Russians are facing a new and rather unpleasant problem. Chinese cars turn into coffins on wheels in winter. Many vehicles are experiencing mass failure of doors locks. Most often the driver doors jams. The reason is condensation getting into the lock's electric motor. It freezes and the door simply won't open. Really?
Я думаю, ладно, опущу стеклоподъемник. Хер там плавал, все замерзло.
Even the window, he cannot put the window down.
Ну, короче, если что, я в этой машине погибну.
He says, okay, just in case I will gonna die in this car.
Это
Cherry, that's the Chinese vehicle producer, yeah.
продолжение истории с этой вот. Но оно не открывается.
Oh, he put the window down. That's one more.
В комментариях писал, а если вторая дверь не откроется?
What if the second door doesn't open? Some of people write in the comments. It's also locked. Well, he can open the window and exit like that, like a worm.
Это была вроде шутка, но по факту она реально не открывает.
Oh shit, China cars. Yeah, China cars are like that, especially those cars that go on the Russian market, yeah. For example, BYD, they supply kind of the good cars to European markets. But for Russia, and what cars Russians usually buy, not that expensive. Of course, Chinese, in this case, they provide their economy on absolutely everything. And those locks, they accumulate condensate, it freezes, it blocks everything. Russians like exiting by windows. Yeah, I think the only variant is through the windows, but sometimes windows, as you saw, also do not work. Even in the Soviet times, it wasn't like that with standard Russian Lada vehicles. But no, Now China cars are like that. What is this? It's in a comment. In China, driverless delivery vans become a total meme. They plow through crumbling roads, fresh concrete, motorcycles, anything. Nothing stopped them. Really? Oh, they are huge, actually. You see, this is the moped or scooter, and this is the automatic delivery vehicle. It's not like small. You know, like in Russia also, by the way, there are robots delivering for what is the Yandex delivery? Yeah, they have. But it doesn't work like normally as in Western countries and in China. But in China, they use this huge thing that may crush absolutely everything. I'll turn off the music. What are those? Are those the leaves or what? Or someone? What is that? Fast and Furious. Oh my god, this looks crazy. They're huge. Is it? Oh, they go on fresh concrete. Oh my god. This one stopped completely. Like move. It moves. That is how you fix it. Oh, this is a scooter. This is this. Oh, jeez. They're goal-oriented, really. Chinese comedy, yeah. Bayob. BYDs are sick. Why? What is this coffin on the wheels? And I wonder how you get the product out from it. Is it automatic? Like the aft door opens, right? But this thing is huge. The ZTO.com. Neoleaks. This is funny. This is the funniest, I guess. Then the guy walks and it dries out. Oh my god. This is funniest. Elon's dream. Yeah. Elon's dream, really. I didn't know about them. Yeah. It's so funny. Yeah, the problem with electrical cars that they sometimes burn those batteries. They burn in case of impact. I think I already told about it on the streams and everything. Oh, that is how this guy will get into the car, like in Indian movie or what? Is it Indian or Chinese movie? What is this? It's like that. If your doors do not work, Skynet is real. Yay! Less funny once people get dragged along. Yeah, for sure it's dangerous. Yeah. Especially then it drag the scooter. Maybe there was someone riding it before. I don't know. But the situation with China really is profiting from the war in Ukraine, not just with the cars. China is selling all of the equipment to Russia. They replace all of the Western companies. They work with Russian defense also, multiple contracts, multi-million-dollar contracts. And what else? China purchases the Russian cheap fossil fuels because Russia lost the European market, so China gets it with discount. As well as India, by the way. So it's the war for them is kind of profitable. I hope they take what? All Russian gold went to Beijing. I think, yeah, China purchases Russian gold. Also maybe for the cheaper price. China accumulates the gold and Russia sells it to fund the war. Wonder what happened to the rider and the scooter. Yeah, it's also a mystery. But we know what happened to the Russian riders. What is this? This is the attack of the Russian vehicles. UAZ or what? 2 of the vehicles were spotted on a field. One was annihilated. But some of them survived. Oh my god. This was UAZ, I guess. Because nothing left from it, yeah? It's not the armored vehicle. Oh, this Russian is okay. It's like really Rammstein clip. Oh my god. How he survived that? I think he's the only survivor from this mess. So minds, they do matter. Minds matter. No, what is this? This is Russia. This is what Tucker Carlson says. It will never happen in Russia, but it is happening. Some of the guys from India are coming to Russia. Those guys from India, they probably didn't see even snow, not just the Russian women, and they try to harass them. You know, I'm okay with Indians, but some of them who lived in the small villages, you know, they are uneducated and they are very, yeah, you know how they may behave. And now Russia needs workers because they unalive their own workers in SMO, Special Military Operations. So they send, they're okay with validating every sort of the foreign immigrant who visits Russia for money, to gain some money. Russian companies, they hire Indians. And here we go. People from Bangladesh, from India, not educated people from those countries. They're educated people as well. We know lots of the Indian doctors and all of those. But they're not going to Russia, of course. Indians are chasing me. Russian women have a new hobby, running away from migrant workers. One nation coming soon. Really?
Подруга за мной бегут индусы. Я тебе не вру, смотри. Они за мной бегут.
Is she happy or she is terrified? It's kind of confusing.
Смотри.
I think she's happy after all. So maybe she likes it. I don't know. And Tucker Carlson say, "Oh, Russia, they don't have those immigrant issues. No, they have even more issues than Western countries, actually." The old Jeep Straight 6 would run forever. Doesn't Russia send them to EU next? No, they keep those. They need those. And I saw like lots of the immigrants in the queues for the permission to stay and work in Russia. It's way easier for them to work in Russia. They are replacing those Russian Ivans who kaput themselves for millions of rubles. Sometimes Indians are also fighting for Russian army. Somehow. Nepalese, Indians, Bangladesh, some people from Africa, for the same reason. Yeah, they join Russian army to earn millions. Russian propagandist Solovьев suggests launching a special military operation in Armenia. What is happening in Armenia is far more painful for us than what is happening in Venezuela. The loss of Armenia, that would be a massive problem. To hell with international law and the international order. If for the sake of our nation's security it was necessary to launch a special military operation on the territory of Ukraine, then why, based on the same considerations, can we not launch a special military operation in other part of our zone of influence? He said. Putin realizes that Russia is losing its geopolitical significance under his leadership. That's true. He probably believes that Armenia in 3 days, and maybe bringing Pashinyan to Russian prison like Maduro would be the solution. Obviously, he is completely wrong. Yep, Solovlov is panicking. He is damn panicking. Armenia they want, maybe Azerbaijan. Well, the idea for Russia is obviously to provide the influence elsewhere in ex-Soviet countries like European countries as Ukraine, Belarus, maybe Baltic countries, and also, of course, Caucasus, Central Asia. Have you seen the Harita, our main building, Kupens? Check out. Yeah. We just checked out at the beginning of the stream track. Yeah. Ukrainian flag. Yeah, we've seen the video with the guys online. Yeah. That's going to be the topic of today's video with the main update about Ukraine, on Ukraine, whatsoever. What do we have for the live stream activity? Oh, 245 viewers. It's okay. Still less than yesterday. Maybe because today is Montag, Monday. Yeah, you see, Deutsch is very similar to English, yeah? Monday, Montag, kind of similar, yeah? Grammatics is also, like, it's not the same, but close. It's close. Trying to find more news about Ukraine, and not only. No, we have something interesting. This one on 12th of January 2025, so it's today still. Ukrainian army strike drones destroyed 3 Russian air defense assets in Zaporizhia and Donetsk axis. P-18 Prima radar, Tor SAM system, Tunguska SAM system. The strikes were coordinated 412th Nemesis Brigade using middle strike UAVs, hitting targets over 100 kilometers behind the front lines with warheads exceeding 10 kilograms. Yeah, those are the small drones. We can watch this video, I guess. I'll switch off. This is P-18 Prima. Mobile Coordinator Radio Surveillance Center. Drag, thank you for following. Oh, we have super chat support from Red Russell. Thank you. Really want to hear Captain Denys read these guys out loud in that sinister Russian propagandist accent. Okay. I'll try to do it. Thank you for support, Russell. Oh, this is definitely some radar, yeah? The big one. And VHF frequency. VHF usually used for communication, but not only, I guess, for control as well. Radio signal control. It was hit. And what is that? Tor M2. Yeah, this is a well-known system. Also installed on many Russian ships, by the way. As the static, not mobile version, of course. Oh, it's kind of complicated to hit it on the way. Yeah, it was hit on the way here. Nice. It's very complicated. It's okay with the small FPV drone to target it, but with the big one, it was the big drone was used here. And yeah, right into the exhaust, you see? This is the exhaust here. This is thermal trace here. So close to the engine, right? Maybe, I hope. Close to the engine compartment. And this Tunguska. Tunguska is the basically anti-drone system now, or anti-helicopter. That's the short-range SAM system. And the Russians are running, you see? Running away! And yeah, like Shilka, Tunguska, they're similar. Also, you may compare it to Gepard air defense. Yeah, that's the analog of Gepard. Also, it has, or maybe like Panzer 1S, it has those systems as well, like Stinger type of the systems, or Igla, and also large or big caliber machine guns to shut down drones, mostly drones, yeah. Occupied territories. So Russia continued to lose the air defense. Yeah, I have lots of the things to say today on my main video about the situation on the front lines, Russian losses. Nice. Oh, Rainmetal will provide Ukraine with the first live Lynx KF-41 infantry fighting vehicles. Following the contract signed December 2025, the first deliveries are planned early 2026. The initial batch, valued in the mid-double-digit millions of euros, with funding provided by Germany. Well, Germany, thank you so much. Germany really helps Ukraine a lot. Like, could be more, but thanks for what you give. It's fantastic. Germany is one of the sides, one of the countries who are on the bright side. Oh, this is interesting infantry fighting vehicle. Looks like CV-90, reminds me at least, but it also looks like Pantera from the Second World War a little. Or like Tiger tank. Not Tiger, Leopard, sorry. Leopard. Yeah, a little. Boxer and Linux together in target. That's a nice vehicle. I think it's expensive. The only thing that you see in Boxer vehicle, you have like larger door. Here is the smaller door. Probably don't see it because of the comments. Like the exit is okay for this one. Like I think it's also capable to accommodate more of the infantry forces. This guy with the BTR, yeah, with the wheels. But this is like has better protection, of course, and better off-road capabilities. But I'm sure it may take less of the infantry. Is it like... It doesn't remind me Bradley, but... Yeah, with the red flag, it's like a China-made, yeah. But no, it's German. Very sophisticated thing, right? So good. And the door is small, yeah. Just because of the protection, yeah. It has more protection, more armor, but the smaller space inside. Can we compare it with Bradley? Bradley, I think it has 20 millimeter. Well, it has automatic machine gun, so it's like a small tank, yeah. Automatic machine gun and the cannon. Two things it has. Yeah, this is the machine gun there on top and the cannon. I wonder what's the cannon type. Maybe 30 millimeter. Fully stabilized endpoint Rainmetal. Yeah, Rainmetal earns a lot. Yeah, the shell case is like really large. Well, if Bradley stopped the Russian T-90 tank, there was the battle between them. I think this one also can do it. Because, especially with this fast shelling, yeah? How you say it in English? Скорострельность, we say, this parameter, many bullets per one time, yeah? Rounds per minute, yeah. High RPM, rounds per minute. This is, I think they have the similar cannons here and here, on Boxer and on this one, on Linux. And I wonder how many of those Ukraine may obtain. This is nice. Nice vehicle. And I also wonder if there is the Bradley type of the armor. Like, is it consist of many of the layers under some... Yeah, the angle is out there, we see, but whether it consists of the layers or... Because it really saves lives of the soldiers, especially with FPV drones. But from what I see, like, there is advanced side protection, yeah, here, which is good. But of course, they need to put some of the armor I would like for these rain metal companies to produce from the factory already some of the anti-drone protection for our guys not to make like Ukraine spends lots of the time to design, to weld it over. Like there should be already the stock production of the drone protection. If you release this vehicle, you need also release the drone protection, some sort of the cage, yeah, to make it more, how to say, like Ukrainians can do this drone protection, but this big companies, Rain Metal, they may do it with scientific approach, let's say. Yeah, with more, they have more resources, they have more people who are involved in military production. They may have deeper analysis and better variants to make it safer. Yeah, so they should came out with protection, and also the protection should allow those turrets to rotate around and everything, because I already seen lots of the videos, like for example Ukraine puts different style of the anti-drone protection on Abrams tanks. Some of them work badly, some of them work okay, so depends, really depends. I would like to see lots of those producers to put drone protection already on their vehicles. Of course. Oh. Two Russians and the boat. The story of one boat. And the story of one boat, two Russians and FPV drone. Ghosts, or what is that? Okay, the boat is gone. Gepard is also the same name we use for the animal in the cheetah. Oh, yeah. So did you like this German-made vehicle? Linux, it's called. It's nice. I like it. It looks nimble with visible protection. Maybe could be a competitor in a way to Bradley, but different style. Yeah, different cannon. Bradley cannon really fires with high RPM. Very nice. German Linux is awesome tech. Yeah, I think it's more advanced than Bradley. Technologically more advanced. But Bradley, I think it is more reliable, of course. It's like Boeing and Airbus, yeah? Airbus is high-tech, Boeing is not that high-tech, but still very reliable. The Germans made good stuff, yeah. You see, they made Panzerhaubitze 2000, but no one tested it in real war conditions. Then they sent those to Ukraine, and it appears to be that they had the problem with electronics, and in a real case use, they had some of the flaws, and many of the Panzerhaubitze were later on refurbished, upgraded, updated. Germany had to take those back and send them once again to Ukraine. Links, it says links. Ah, okay. It says like links. Thank you, Mirror. Links to dry. Yeah, like Rammstein. German cars, German guns. Yeah, I like German cars. They're very advanced. Maybe not that reliable as Japan-made cars, but it's, after all, it's all market, yeah? You don't need to produce... well, we need reliable cars, but producers, they don't need the cars to be that reliable as, for example, the car producers did in 90s and 80s. Many of those cars, they're still on the roads, but imagine current cars. I think maximum for them is 100,000 miles, that's it. After it, they think you need to buy new car, that's it. I think it's like conspiracy theory, but I see how it works. It definitely works like that. Especially Germans, they're capable to produce really reliable cars, but they, for purpose, make some of the mechanisms like unrepairable. So you need not to go inside, but to order very expensive unit and change everything, swap. Yeah, even for the regular services, it's getting harder to maintain it. I mean, not non-official services. They want only their services to do the maintenance job, and they want all of the big units to be assembled on their factories, and they just sell it to you. You pay higher price than just to change the some of the part. But you cannot access it inside any longer. They make it very difficult, or yeah. So I see where this industry changes to. It changes to earning money also from the spare parts, and in this case, it is also not profitable for them to produce reliable cars, unfortunately. Japan is also doing the same stuff, but not as terribly as German car producers. They're totally unhinged with this business model. Yeah, I'm okay, Ben. I won't buy a luxury car ever again. Yeah, I heard so many reports. Range Rover, it's also the same stuff. Range Rover. Or Range Rover. How to say it's in a British accent? Range Rover. Ah, Jesus Christ. It's a very unreliable car. It's kind of luxury. It looks nice. It has the good performance, but it's... well. Then the same goes for, like, I like BMW. M5 is, wow, coupe, like two-door cars. It's my favorite. Of course, I will not buy it as a family guy, but I like M5, but it's also, people say, not that reliable. Tesla truck, Chelsea tractor, what? Similar to what happened with light bulbs. Yeah. The companies at one point made them not to last as long to make more money. Yeah. My Dodge was made by Cybers. It lives up to it. Okay. I like Toyota and Lexus, yeah. Prefer them over BMWs as well. Yeah, Toyota is nice. Toyota is I think they produce the most of the cars in the world, yeah, Toyota. But also here, for example, they sell only hybrids. I don't know why, but it's like that. And what manufacturers do you like, guys? I like mostly German and Japanese. I like from Japanese. I like Subaru because it's like unique boxer engine. It's nice. And from Germans, I like BMW, as I say, M5, just M5. The rest, not that much. And Audi is nice. Audi RS 6, maybe. Yeah, this charged. And also variant with the bot, yeah, like this caravan type. Jeep. Toyota Saab. Oh, Saab is nice too, yeah. I think they do not produce Saab any longer. No, many guys like Saab. Subaru is great, have one myself. Yeah, I went to Subaru and they told me such a huge price for leasing. It's crazy. Toyota Supra BMW engine. Oh, yeah. New Toyota Supra is like BMW. Lots of the components, engine and lots of other components in the body of Toyota. Saab is great, but the bathtub Saab was ugly. Yeah, I think Volvo, yeah, it's the only Swedish manufacturer now. Saab went bankrupt for somehow, but I like Saab as well. Saab stopped being Swedish? Yeah. Now it's Chinese or what? I think Volvo also belongs to China company, it seems like. I think best cars now are Skoda and Subarus, one of made in Japan. Can recommend Forester. Oh, yeah, Forester is nice. Moskvich Kokstemops. The cars, the most inefficient inventions of humankind, but they help a lot, yeah. They help a lot, indeed. Scania also exists. Isn't Volvo partially sold to Chinese? Yeah, I also heard like that they sold to Chinese, been sold, I think, to Geely, the guy who couldn't open the door we saw with you on the stream. The Cherry, yeah, not Geely, Cherry. Maybe the Geely owns Cherry or something like that. And they bought Volvo. It's crazy how much money they have. Okay, let's go to the topic. Britain plans to develop and supply Ukraine with Nightfall ballistic missiles, according to Daily Mail. Daily Mail is not that reliable source, but anyways, the missiles are expected to carry 200 kilograms warheads. Wow, that's nice. Could be launched in a quick session and strike targets over 300 miles away. 300 miles away, that's a lot. That's close to 500 kilometers, right? Well, Moscow is not reachable from what I understood, but close to it. To achieve this, the United Kingdom Ministry of Defense has begun seeking contractors to design, develop, and deliver the first 3 missiles under 9 million contract. 9 million pounds. That's just for design, I guess. That's the very, very initial stage, if it is true. Very, very initial. So it might take years to develop it to the final project. Only Ukraine may risk with Flamingo missiles. By the way, we haven't heard about Flamingo for a long time, yeah? It was like, Flamingo. We're gonna produce 7 missiles a day or something like that. But now, no Flamingo is heard for a very long time. I haven't seen those launchers, or I haven't seen the spare parts of the missiles being photographed by Russians on their territory. So it seems like this project is not that effective. After all, I was right that it is in lack of the precision. It is in lack of, simply that cruise missile is really huge, easily to be detected by the Russian air defense. Still, Russians, they have air defense. Yeah. My Fiat was total pause. I guess Flamingo is being developed. Maybe they stopped using it to update it. Also like the variant, yeah? To upgrade it, to make it more precise, to make it somehow. Or this tanker that America captured. The crew of the Russian tanker Bella 1 clumsily repainted the ship's name. Oh my god, really, it's clumsy. Those letters. Marinera and the home port Sochi in white paint during the lengthy attempt to evade United States Coast Guard, but it didn't help. Marinera. Look at those letters. Oh my god. They were really in a hurry, yeah? Sochi. Oh my god, this is the clumsier way to draw. Like, they send the guy who has the worst writing skills. Okay, you go. Jesus. Look at this huge letter. It takes like 2 of those letters. Oh my god. Yeah, for sure it was the desperate attempt. But it didn't help, of course. Jeez. Oh my god, yeah. Source! Yeah. Oh, then it's 2026 will be good year for Ukraine. Russia losing to allies. Big help for Ukraine. Yeah, Hawk. Yeah. I'm happy as that I see how this year has begun for Ukraine especially. For Americans, it has begun not so good with those ICE raids, intensified, and killing, of American citizens and so on. But overall, for Ukraine, it is okay. I worry about Greenland, but the rest is fine. No, what happened 7 minutes ago? Russian officials continue to die under mysterious circumstances. A staff member of the Russian embassy in Cyprus, Alexei Panov, was found dead in his workplace in Nicosia. I've flown to Nicosia. Russian authorities claim he committed suicide. Local police were not allowed to enter the embassy, and no independent investigation was conducted. Yeah, it's considered as the Russian soil, so they may obstruct even local police to enter. Panov was reportedly an active officer of the Russian's military intelligence service, the GRU, holding the rank of the captain and working under diplomatic cover. The embassy publicly acknowledged his death only 3 days later. What did they do with the body? Cypriot authorities were not given access to the scene, and an alleged suicide note was never handed over to investigators. Interesting. That's interesting. And GRU is a very powerful organization in Russia. Miraculously. Why would he suicide? Why? What's the reason? Like, oh, I suicide. Like, this is fishy story, and we never know. We'll never know, yeah? I think it was in Ukrainian Matters or someone else's video today that flamingos were being modified to fly lower, but also that it would mean lower amount of them are being produced right now. Thank you so much for clarification. They made the body into borscht. This is dark. That's why Putler is in a bunker. No windows. Yeah, in the fridge. I hope this brings Putin down. Yeah, after all, Putin's destiny is down. The White House is waiting a last-ditch Iranian offer to engage in diplomacy over curbing its nuclear program. Even as President Trump currently leans towards authorizing fresh military strikes on Iran in response to deadly crackdowns on anti-regime protests in the country, United States officials told the Wall Street Journal some senior administration aides led by Vice President J.D. Vance are urging President Trump to try diplomacy before retaliating against Iran for killing protesters during the recent anti-regime protests in several major cities, including Tehran, the capital city. Trump hasn't made a final decision on what he will do, according to the officials, and will meet with several senior aides to discuss options on Tuesday, tomorrow. President Trump currently favors attacking Iran, officials said, but could change his mind depending on developments in the country, and discussions with aides, including Vice President Vance. Some officials say Trump may strike first and then seek serious talks with Tehran afterward, which the president appeared to signal while speaking to reporters on Air Force One. So we don't know. Like, some of the ambassadors say that the United States will not strike Iran. Like, ambassador in Israel said no. This source, what source, by the way? Wall Street Journal says that Trump is looking to strike, but thinks maybe he will not do it. At this stage, it's early to say. I just wonder how effective those strikes could be if they will not unalive Khamenei personally. I think only Khamenei kidnapping or kaputting could be the solution in this case. It could definitely spark the... just imagine if there were such huge riots in Venezuela and the United States would have kidnapped Maduro by the time. That would obviously change the regime, of course. So in Iran's scenario, they should do something with leader. spiritual leader of Ayatollah. I think that's the only way. Striking Iranian military bases will not help at all. To help protest, like it will not help regime change. I think they should focus on generals and leaders of revolution, Islamic Revolution Corps. That may help, of course. He's insane, so it's like 50-50 chance with every bad decision. Yeah. The French have evacuated their diplomats from Israel. Heard the same about Russians. Yeah, I also heard that. Russians evacuated 2 days ago. I didn't know about French. Medvedev, alcoholic Medvedev, long time no see. Medvedev stated that seizing Greenland by the United States would be useful for improving the global climate. So, what? Furthermore, Medvedev urged Trump to hurry. At least a sudden referendum will be held. Okay, so Russia is supporting this decision because it will lead to the NATO collapse, potential NATO collapse. Of course, they like it. Greenland, yeah, of course. But in this case, Donald Trump is using it as Russia wants to occupy Greenland or China. But Russia wants America to occupy Greenland in this case, yeah? Medvedev said it's a good thing. The only reason is because Russia doesn't want to occupy Greenland, but they want America to do it to disturb allies. Disturb and cancel NATO, basically, yeah? Create this crack within organization. It's already been created by Donald Trump, but they want more, Russians especially. So, yeah, that's their goal. If Russians' goal was to occupy Greenland, their officials would not say those words like, hurry up, Donald Trump, do it. If I was a Russian elite official, I would send some of them submarine or ships near Greenland for Donald Trump to make it faster. He would really think that Russia is for Greenland, but de facto no. Below the annexation, Greenland is green. Yeah. Oh, one more van. One more China van. We already discussed this one. We have one more video. One more China van. Jesus. Oh. Also, it blinks. It makes it even more funnier. It's like, I have to go. Jesus Christ. It looks like it has no suspension. Yeah, really. Oh, jeez. What is inside is bouncing left and right. How it doesn't turn over? Yeah, it seems like it is in lack of suspension. Jeez. Stop, crushed. Yeah, this we saw already. Jeez. What happened to the rider? I don't know. Eggs inside, yeah, eggs delivery. This is not a cyber truck, I remember. Means Russian self-propelled gun, mechanized brigade. We have this front image from the drone. This looks like not get synced, but how? What's the name of the system? self-propelled gun, but not Gerbera. Like they call those like flowers. Yeah, that's artillery definitely fire. But what's I need to go to the. We don't have comments. Gvazdika, Gerbera. I forgot the name of this. Ukraine also has those from the Soviet times. Don't be surprised if you see those things on the front. Russia will definitely give Kiev. Yeah. Russians may send those buses. For over months, the Drone System Coordination Center has been operating in the base of the 7th Era South Corps, bringing tougher operations from multiple branches, Era Souths, and so on. Yeah, in Pokrov's direction, we have it. Just the compilation of the work here in Pokrov's direction, and Russians still cannot occupy Pokrovsk. That's fun. That's nice. Breaking. What we have 28 minutes ago. United States House introduces bill to annex Greenland and grant it statehood. What? The document authorizes the president to annex and purchase Greenland from Denmark to control the Arctic. If approved by both chambers and signed by president, the bill will become law. What? Bill to annex Greenland? Who will vote for it? This is fucking insane and evil as Russia, piece of shits. Yeah. Putin supports that. Yeah. Really? They introduced the bill? This year gonna be crazy. This is huge. The United States move to annex Greenland would be historic and could completely reshape Arctic geopolitics. It will never pass. I also think that it will not pass. Who would vote for it? Who the hell will vote for it? Like Trumpists only, but there are Republicans who will not support it. Few, but still. Yeah. Trump wants, yeah, we have those news just published few minutes ago. Boom, 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 boom. I think it will not pass. Yeah, very strange, but it will not pass. Meanwhile, Congress, sent a bill about annexation of Greenland and to give it the status of the state of the United States. But majority of the states should vote for it. It's not that easy. This is the long procedure. Russell, do you have the preference for donations for drones, Denys? Sternenko, I think, is good for donators. I work with also it's called Your Finnish Friends Fund. They also support with the drone, Red Russell. But like Sternenko, I trust. Yeah. But I work with Your Finnish Friends. Sometimes. They also collect not just for the vehicles, but for the drones. The Greenlands are preparing like crazy these days. You think? So they're preparing. Nothing surprises me. Donnie and Maga, yeah. Yeah, thank you, Ben, for thanking. He wants to get things in before midterm elections, as he knows full well he will lose a lot of Republican seats and is likely to lose the majority in at least on the houses. Yeah. As I said, all European Union, NATO needs to get their gold and silver, etc. reserves out of the United States and get out all money from the United States banking system, then we send at least 100,000 men army to Greenland. Evelyn, you see, those European bureaucrats, yeah, it would be a proper thing to do if someone really threatens sovereignty, but they will not do it. They're so dependent on the United States, they still think that the United States may support them, help them, just in case, but it's not like that any longer. So I see just the weak reaction from Europe right now. We'll see how it goes next. Oh, Russia hit some of the commercial vessel. They even shared the drone image. This is the grain ship. You see, it's not the tanker with those things. So they hit it, and there is the fire. It was hit going to Odessa port. Audience high, been saying it forever. EU needs to wake up. Yeah. EU needs to wake up, but it doesn't want to wake up. And Trump on capabilities of Greenland. Here he says.
Greenland should make the deal because Greenland does not want to see Russia or China take over. They don't go there. It's very far away from Greenland. And Greenland, basically, their defense is 2 dog sleds. Do you know that?
2 dog sleds, their defenses. Russia also underestimated Ukraine, but again, Europeans, they don't have the will, from what I see, to protect Greenland fully. Sadly, it's not happening. It would be a really harsh backlash for Donny if Europeans definitely resist. Like, let's say United States want to attack Greenland, using mighty force. And just imagine if Greenlanders defend their land, or Denmark defend, or common European Union countries defend. It could backfire to Donny. And Donny sees this weak reaction from Europeans, and he says, couple of the dog sleds. He's right here, actually. I mean, that there is the weak reaction from Europe. He is not right about his action to annex Greenland, but he is right that they're weak. They're weak, so we may take them. And Europeans, they should learn this lesson. They should hear this rhetorics and understand that it's a different world. You have enemies all around, and you need to have your own army for those nuclear countries not to threaten you. But Europe is sleeping, unfortunately.
Their defense is?
Look at her. How happy she really is. Oh, Jesus. They're not weak, moron. Are you saying to me that I'm a moron? Stay awesome. Yeah, Thomas, stay awesome too. She likes that. Yeah. She likes that a lot. She likes that a lot. Yeah, so many. Like then I started the stream before. I thought that, today not many views. But then I start to review everything, what is happening. I have lots of the news. So it will be a good video for today, I hope. Zoro Randy, so fuck you, then get out. A Chinese video is gathering millions of views on TikTok, explicitly calling for seizure of Siberia, including Lake Baikal. Really? Sakhalin and other Russian territories, following Moscow's inevitable defeat in the war against the Ukraine and collective West. What? Well, just someone made the video, right?
中国有一天俄罗斯顶不住了怎么办？假设俄罗斯被美国打垮了，国家崩溃，发生2次解体，分裂成几十个小国家，
No, I don't know Chinese, but they really show the maps of Russia.
大家知道会发生什么吗？不出2年，在我们北方新独立的那些小国家都会被美国驻军。
It's very
从
loud.
东北
I'm
到
sorry.
西北，我们整个北方的半壁江
Very
山
loud. I
将
forgot to
彻
turn it
底
off.
失去战略防御的能力，再先进的导弹防御系统都将丧失反应时间。
Okay, they show military and they show some of the maps. This is Mongolia and Russia, yeah? They also show some stars on the Russian territory. Any comments about... Okay. Oh... And Russian FSB, I think they got the report about the threat from China. Russian intelligence. Yeah, it was in June 8th, 2025. Russia has accused China of stealing military technology. Russia's FSB was warned that China poses serious threat to national security, labeling it an emerging enemy of Russia. That was some of the closed document that after all was leaked to the press because it was public in some of the, Russian official storage page, and it was downloaded by people. Analytics OSINTs, and it was shared that FSB with its report said about potential threat from China, like the real threat. 99% of Epstein files still not released. Yep. We live in a new reality, then the law doesn't work. Denys and followers not drunk tonight. What? Drunk? What does it mean, drunk? Can we live with nice polar bears? Polar bears? No, they will be against. I'm against using animals, you know. Greenland Defense Front, the Hungary... I stay awesome. Thomas, thank you so much for support of the channel. I forgot to react on your super chat. Might attack Russia before Taiwan. It's more logical to actually get Russian territories, but now Russia is weaker, than before. Russia wasted its resources in Ukraine and continued to waste. I also reviewed the front lines for a long time, but I see that for the last couple of weeks at least, the intensity of the Russian attacks dropped down significantly, like at least several of the times. And if we go to any sort of the military analysis, I don't see huge differences. Russia still attacks, but not that much. And we see less of the maybe because they simply are out of the resources nowadays. Sending those vehicles. They send sometimes OAS, all-terrain vehicles, but BMPs and tanks, it's happening very rarely. Really. The FSB ain't wrong. Yeah, FSB knows the stuff. They're very competent, Russian FSB, in some way, Still, they're not competent in the question of the Russians' internal security, but, like, for example, they slept the Crocus City Hall attack and so on. And today we have one loss of Ukraine in Belitske, maybe drone attack, and also in Svitla, this armored vehicle. Ukraine used, like, those signs are the same. Like in Pokrovsk, there is minor changes. In Konstantinivka for today, also, like, no changes for today with new update. Where is the change? Russians were spotted with the flag operations not far away from Kupiansk, but it's just nothing. Really, it's just a usual flag thing as they did in Kupiansk itself before. And in Gulaipole, Russians were spotted in Zelena. I think it's the old one. I think Zelena, they went there before. Like, not many changes. For today, unfortunately, Ukraine lost the vehicles. What is that was lost? Oh, this is the armored truck. Kazakh, yeah, Kazakh 2. Maybe it's there for a long time. Oh, no, it's the fresh video with the fire. It's the compilation of the Russian drones, and yeah, sadly, Ukraine lost one of the vehicles there in Pokrovsk direction, northern side of it. But Russians also continue to lose their vehicles. As I already showed during the stream. I think it's okay also for me to show those combat images here for YouTube, for Twitch, I don't know. With some of the, I do not show gore images or something, but something like that, yeah, something like this I can show. This is unfortunately Ukrainian vehicle, yeah. And this is, this happened not right now, but before. I think it happened 1 year ago. Some archive videos, and this is the fresh one. This is Ukrainian T-64 tank that was hit. I already told about it on a stream, yeah. It was destroyed on the New Year, Kupiansk direction, sadly. And this is also Ukrainian vehicle, recently, this year, couple of weeks ago. But Russia also, yeah, this I told you already, Russia also has losses, but Ukraine also have losses. Some of the archive videos, those are from 2025, but then they immediately appear here on this channel. Yeah, this is the Russian Grad. It's also from the last year. So sometimes we have videos that are not published straight away, but they went to internet a little. They go to internet a little later. Or if Ukraine publishes those right away, we have those right away here. So that's the December last year. A few weeks ago, Ukrainian army stopped the Russian convoy. Yeah, 20th of December. Most of the vehicles are here, found on this channel. Anything on the coast or Moldova? Going against NATO in a line which can never be undone. Nobody would mind the West if China attacked Russia. I don't think so. I think that China in this case would be stronger, and the West would not like this scenario. I think so. I guess so. Oh, we have 62 people watching. Nice. Thank you guys for your kind support, and for, like, on my streams we have more views than usual. Maybe not on Twitch, but on YouTube, it's 100%. Before I streamed, like, we had maybe up to 100 viewers, but now it's more. Now it's up to 300. Yesterday it was 300 with something. So people really watch. Maybe because I go with the prime time, yeah. Maybe because it's just chatting videos, not me playing the games and so on. I don't know. I don't have time to film outdoor videos again. I'm so consumed with my office job. What is this? What the hell is this? It's they are running to capture the boar. What is this? In Kazakhstan, wild animals are robbing fishermen. After a fox, a wild boar demanded its share of the catch. This is the ice, and those are fishermen. Jeez. They hunt fish. It's kind of cold in Kazakhstan. It wants to take the fish. Yeah, it took the fish, kind of the big one, you see. Everyone wants fish. It just eats it over there, that's it. I thought it will take it and run away, but no. Oh, no, it's run away. Yeah, as I thought. It's funny how they try to chase the boar. Oh, no. It's funny. Boars are heck of an animal. Yeah, once on Joe Rogan show Capt, I just watched it on TikTok recommendations. He said that if you let usual pig to live in the wilds, it will turn to the boar. Is it like that? They will evolve to the wild pigs, boars, or what? Like nature knows how to regulate that stuff? It's kind of strange. I don't believe that. Is it really? Can we fact check that? Hello from Deutschland. Yeah, greetings to Deutschland. Guten Abend. Why not shear the fish? They're just making fun of the boar. Before it was the fox snake. Like this one, at the same place. But fox wants all of the fish, you see? Not just one is okay. Maybe the fox has a big family. Yeah, all the fish is dragged by the fox. Fox knows how to work, yeah? Give me my fish. One is not enough. Different species to domestic pig. Yeah, smart fox, yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, we had the photos of the ice guy who slept on the ice. The photographer just standing there capturing the moment is taking lots of the people took the photos. This guy, I think he was with the camera, this camera guy, and one more cameraman that captured that. It was really fun moment. Yeah, ice was cracking down. Here's one more image. Nice photo. Masked agents. And later on it was the walk of shame. Back. Jeez. Greenland says it cannot accept the United States' intention to take the island under any circumstance. Well, it's quite logical, but what can they do about it, really? They're not like reacting, even with their statements, really hard against the possible intervention. Ukraine even reacted harder. I mean, before the war, even with those statements, like Ukraine say that we will use military to protect ourselves or something like that against the possible intervention. So I haven't heard yet from even Denmark politicians those statements, like high officials. That's it. That's the picture of NATO right now. NATO boss on Trump's Greenland threats. Chill out, this is fine. Everything is fine. Like from the meme, yeah. This comes from Politico. Nothing to see here. That was the message from NATO chief Mark Rutte today, just days after Donald Trump's latest threats to take Greenland by force. Yeah. They haven't said, like, we're gonna use our military to protect our land, it's our sovereign territory. What they say is, oh, this is the escalation, oh, we should unite over NATO alliance, and it's very bad, those threats, and it's not according to United Nations regulations and articles. Oh no. What can I say? They again show the weakness. And Donald Trump looks at everything of that and understands, okay, if I'm an idiot like I am, but I'm a strong idiot, I can get the resources, more resources. Right now, the situation in Kupiansk is like that. Ukrainian army confirmed the control over this area. That's nice. Still, there are some of the small groups of Russians in central part of Kupiansk, it seems like. But they're out of the game, I would say, just hiding there. Is the United Nations a joke? Yeah, then I heard like... let me find this statement. Yeah, I found it. So this is the statement, joint statement from Prime Minister of whatever. Germany, Italy, Poland, Spain, United Kingdom, Denmark, and on Greenland, yeah. Arctic security remains a key priority for Europe and its critical potential transatlantic security. NATO has made it clear the Arctic region is a priority for European allies. And stepping up, we and many other allies have increased our presence, activities, and investments to keep the Arctic safe. The Kingdom of Denmark, including Greenland, is a part of NATO. Yeah, no one... Maybe Trump didn't know, or what? Security in the Arctic must therefore be achieved collectively in conjunction with NATO alliance, including United States, by upholding the principles of United Nations Charter, including sovereignty, territorial integrity, and inviolability, blah, blah, blah. The States is an essential partner, so nothing like very weak statement, like what they try to say here. Greenland belongs to its people. It is for Denmark and Greenland and them only to decide. There is something like powerful here. Greenland belongs to people, yeah, of course. They do not even state here that Greenland belongs to Denmark. That it belongs to its people. People, okay, today people... Trump wants to make those people Americans. Today, he might say like 50 with something people, they called on a fake referendum, yeah, they might say, okay, we want to join America. So what they will say here. So it's a very weak statement, like it just encourages Donald Trump to attack or to annex in any sort of the way. So very, very weak. Europe is weak. It again shows that it's weak. So we'll see what it can do, what Trump may do, and yeah, I do not expect any sort of the defense of Greenland, absolutely. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just my attitude. We'll see what might happen. Because something will happen. I hope it will not be the military annexation. We'll see. USA chose to close more than 15 bases. Yeah. You should watch the Danish United States 1952 contract already allows United States whatever they want on this territory. Yeah. World needs some fun and happy news like this. It's all too gloomy. Colin, it's about the foxes and the boar. Yeah. Look, all stocks dropped today 8%. Any idea why? The biggest drop in the last 6 months. I don't know. Maybe it's about India, that in a few days ago they stated that they will not continue to cooperate with Lukoil with a new contract, maybe. Then is the Scandinavian countries and Canada are also in NATO. Remember Article 5? Their Arctic armies, the bigger than United States one. What? I don't think you are right here. Do you know the size of the United States Army and their capabilities? The Canadian Army united with Scandinavian armies are not bigger than American Army. Come on. Grunen, United States military is the biggest army than European armies combined. So Canada has a very small army, actually. No. And they will not defend. What is the article? Again and again on every of my streams, then people are so sure about Article 5. What is Article 5? Read it out. It's like Budapest Memorandum. It doesn't obligate anyone to protect anyone. It's all hoax. It is just was the political will during the Cold War to definitely, just in case, protect each other against communist forces of the Soviet Union. That's it. Red Army was the main target. Now it's totally different. In Article 5, they say they may or may not protect. And they may do whatever they want, deploy army or send some of the encouraging message. That's it. There is no obligation to deploy the forces on the ground from any sort of the NATO member state. It's all hoax. Article 5 is even weaker than European Union defense, treaty, yeah. USA will send the Alaskan army to deal with Greenland. They're used to Greenland weather. I think it doesn't matter. The mercenaries of Africa are fighting in winter weather in Ukraine. For them, it's okay. I think Article 5 had more value than leaders were true to their word. Yes, it's all about political will, Oblithin. You're correct. It means attack one is an attack on all, only being used one time during Saddam Hussein. Yeah. It was joint response of NATO members in Afghanistan. But again, it was political will. Check out original, Google, Article 5. It says they may or may not support, and there is no Article 5 internally. It's against external enemy. United States is also a NATO member, so Article 5 also may not be used. There is no legislation if some of the member of NATO attacks the other NATO member. No one thought that it could happen. but it may happen. The United States has 20,000 troops. With their winter training and their equipment won't work in Arctic. United States don't have Arctic capability ships. Think they have everything. Denys, it has been good listening. I have a few things I have to do. Yeah. See you, Mark. I will also finish soon. When did you say last win the war? They can't even win against Taliban. United States won the war in Kuwait. United States won every war. The last war they didn't win was in Vietnam. They won every freaking war. They just cannot establish the proper government in those countries that they occupy. And it's just too expensive to stay there with the military all the time, like in Afghanistan or Iraq. That's the problem of the United States. From military capabilities, they're capable for everything. No any armies even close to that. They're very, very capable. But the problem goes next, what they do after they occupy the countries, like Iraq, for example. It was not like occupation as Russia. Russia wants to definitely connect Ukraine to its state. United States, they want to change the regime for the friendly one, but sometimes it doesn't work. But if we speak about American military capabilities, they always win. They always win, but later on there were the problems. With Greenland, there not be such problem because basically population is about nothing. Less than in my small city where I used to live in Ukraine. Who is capable to conquer the United States? No one really. They have the best military, the biggest army, so it's just an idiot Donald Trump who wants to use that army in his own purposes. And he's like, for him, maybe it's even profitable because he understands that there will be no resistance, there will be no life losses among Americans, so they may just go and say, oh, this is our land. I don't know. We'll see. Again, it all could be hoax. It could be everything. With Donald Trump, you never know. But we see that sometimes he acts. He acts against Iran. He acts against Venezuelan Maduro's regime. So sometimes he acts, not just speaks. But so far he acts against dictators, not against his own friends, Americans' friends. We'll see. But every day we hear more and more threats from the White House administration towards Greenland. Member with armed forces if necessary. He thinks that everyone would still do business with the United States they want. You mean after annexation of Greenland? Why not? I mean, why really not? Do you think that Europe will be will say, no, we're not doing business with the United States in case of annexation? I don't think so. Will they stop purchasing weapons from the United States in this case? They are very dependent on the United States market, Europeans. If they had the big army and the political will to use it, or just right now, if they had political will to use it, Trump would not be so attacking Greenland as he does in social media right now in his statements, but he would not even say about it. Because European politicians show that they are weak, it means that Trump just increases his rhetorics, making it more harsh, let's say. He's just big bully, yeah. But bully sometimes may act. I hope that for Greenland it's just blah blah blah. I hope. Because you never know if Trump is bluffing or not bluffing. His real agenda and how he behaves, from what we see, is then he pushes. Yeah, he says, "I demand you to make the deal or something. For example, give us Greenland or we gonna occupy it." Or as he told to Maduro, "We're gonna occupy all of the Venezuela or something. We're gonna use our mighty army." Maduro didn't agree on that, so America deployed just special troops and took him out. Yeah, it was complicated. It was, wow, great special military operation, but it was not the regime change. It was not using the full force of the American army, of course. So what Trump says, that he would use the force of mighty force, he didn't do it yet. He just threatens with that. So he's like this bargaining, deal maker. You're gonna push, you should take my demands. If you do not, if he sees that the other side is not taking his demands seriously, he acts, but way smaller way, in a slower way, compared to what he threatens with. So I hope the same will be with Greenland. I hope it will not be the full occupation or something like that. So after all, he may act, but very, very limited compared to what he promised at first. So we may call him a bully, yeah. He is a bully. He is acting like a king, yeah, the king of the United States. Right, guys, I guess I'm gonna go record my regular update videos. Thank you for participating. I'm sorry if I didn't answer your questions. And yeah, I hope you're okay with me. And I have my own opinion. You may have your own opinion. You may, yeah. Sorry if you don't like mine, but I say what I think. I want to be honest with you. I don't want to force you to believe in what I say, okay? I'm just here, a guy with a mic, and it's up to you to listen to me or not. If it's interesting discussion, we may discuss about everything. Yeah. I'm gonna take just the last one. Good question about Antarctica, why he's not occupying. Why doesn't Trump take Antarctica? Everything will be in the future. For now, there is the ban for taking Antarctica soil, like international legislation, but it will expire in a few years, I guess. There was the video done by our Ukrainian YouTuber. He opened the information for me personally, and I watched it. Like, it was a surprise. Then I thought Antarctica is not. It's like an independent, not belonging to any one territory, but it's just temporary agreement. Temporary. I thought it's like without the end date, but it's the temporary agreement. And in the future, those countries who have their bases, first of all, signed bases in Antarctica, they would have the right to take the part of it. Something like that. Correction, Denys, I am no, Scooter, just a crazy guy with a mic. So you may agree with me, you may not agree. It's up to you guys. But anyways, I want to share my thanks for you for continue watching me despite all of what I say, despite sometimes you disagree with me. It's fine. It's great. And thank you so much for it. So guys, see you around. Hope for the stream tomorrow. at earlier time.